Hello everybody, this is 11 Bravo. I'm Rick Seaman and we're all about the infantry, the ground soldier. Today I've been invited to the home of Mr. George J. Burns. George served with the U.S. Marine Corps' 4th Division in World War II. He was on the Kwajalein Islands, Saipan, and Iwo Jima. George resides in Woodland Hills, California. He's here with his lovely wife, Fern. Hi, Fern.
Hi.
How are you? Good.
Smile, Gracie.
George, thanks for inviting us into your home. And I'd like to say on behalf of Veterans Network and our show 11 Bravo, I'd like to say thank you very much for the service to your country. And on this network, we feel that it's never too late to say, welcome home. You were an officer. Was that a result of OCS?
Well, I was a college graduate, so they asked me to join.
So where'd you attend college?
I attended Cornell University, and then I took my undergraduate at Long Island University, and then I took my postgraduate at Columbia University.
Gotcha. Were you drafted or did you enlist?
No, I enlisted.
Did you? And that was what, right after Pearl Harbor?
Yes, yes.
Did that kind of motivated you?
Yeah.
OCS,
Yeah.
and then off to the Pacific.
Yes.
Pretty much. No fooling around.
Very little.
So, first stop was Kwajalein Islands.
That's true.
Now, at that point, you were...
Where did you get your information?
I got it right off of this sheet here. Kwajalein Islands.
Yeah.
You were a, what, second lieutenant at that point?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I heard this story that you saved a couple guys' lives in Kwajalein.
Just a rumor.
Something about an inner tube. A couple guys were drowning.
Oh, yeah, a couple of guys drowning there, and I pulled them in one at a time. Couldn't take two in at a time because I couldn't swim. I needed one on.
Good job. Good job. This is 11 Bravo, and we'll be right back. We are back, 11 Bravo, with George J. Burns. So, George.
What does the J stand for?
I don't know, tell me. Joseph.
Hey, yeah, that was a good guess.
I do my homework.
You got it all down
I do
there?
my homework.
Okay, no.
They don't pay me much, but I do my homework.
Just talk to me, I'll answer the questions.
You got it.
Okay.
Saipan.
Saipan, okay.
So, that was 1944. So, you're over there about 2 years now. There was a lot of close combat, right?
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of small arms fire.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of people throwing hand grenades back and forth. I heard that one landed right next to you and you threw it right back at him. Is that true?
I don't remember that.
No?
I threw it back at them, yeah. Well, that seems sensible.
Yeah. It must have worked. You were promoted to captain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good job. You had some brothers that served in World War II also, and amazingly, they were also captains. One was captain in the Army, another one in the Marines, besides yourself. So 3 brothers, all captains, World War II. It's pretty amazing. Your father was also a captain.
Eventually an inspector.
Yeah, he was a captain of...
police in New York City.
NYPD, captain.
But he was an inspector.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
That's higher.
That's quite a family there. A lot of captains. a lot of captains.
More captains.
Saipan. You took some shrapnel there. Yeah.
In the chest.
In the chest. Purple Heart, obviously. You didn't want to go out either, did you?
No.
No.
I didn't have an option.
You wanted to stay with your men. And you did. Let's take a look at these commendations here. There's your Purple Hearts. One from Saipan
Yeah, and Iwo too.
and Iwo Jima. And the Silver Star on your right. This is 11 Bravo. We'll be right back. This is 11 Bravo. We are back with Mr. George J. Burns. I heard a little story when you got back to Honolulu. I'm not so sure here. When you got back to Honolulu, I heard a little bit about a crap game.
Well, several.
Several, I'm sure. Yeah.
Board chip too.
Yeah. Lots of crap games.
Yeah.
Good. That's good stuff.
Navy men.
Yeah. I guess you Marines love to take the money from the Navy guys.
They did pretty well.
Yeah. Good job. The Marines aren't eating quite as good as the Navy guys on this ship. Now, is that where Dr. Ivanovsky came in? Who was this gentleman? How did he intervene here?
I was Ivanovsky.
Oh, you were Ivanovsky. How so?
Well, I took that name so that we could get more food to be ingested.
Really? And how'd you go about this?
Well, I got on the microphone and said that the Marines were undernourished and malfed, and that they were not going to be strong enough to go in on the operation at Saipan.
And this was all as per Dr. Ivanovsky.
Oh, absolutely. Ivanovsky was at the bottom of it.
Ivanovsky, what a guy.
Yeah, he was a champ.
Iwo Jima, 26 days. Running low on food, or were you completely out by then?
Yeah, I had a box of crackers now and then.
Yeah. You were then in command of how many men in your company?
Well,
You came in with 240. Here's the picture of George's company when they came out of Iwo Jima. I counted them here. There seemed to be about 62 men left coming out.
Oh.
Yeah. On day 26, you guys were pinned down by a Japanese pillbox, taking on a lot of small arms fire. And the only way to take this thing out was going to be with a tank. But the tank couldn't find its way through a minefield. It was heavily mined. You, the company commander, took it on yourself and single-handedly walked ahead of that tank, walked him through the minefield, got him through, and the tank then took out the pillbox, which pretty much saved the rest of your company. Do you remember that?
It's my job.
That was your job. It's quite a day, George. It was quite a day. This is 11 Bravo. We'll be right back. I heard a story that one of your brothers ran into you there on Iwo Jima, and you weren't expecting this. Do you remember that?
My brother Charlie.
Charlie.
Yes, he was into demolitions, and he had a company behind me. His function was demolitions and blowing up things. And he came up to me and jumped into a foxhole with me.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
There he was.
And he had something from my mother with him that he gave to me.
Really?
Well,
What do you have?
piece of peanut brittle.
Piece of peanut brittle. Really? It made it all the way over there from your mother. Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's probably the best piece of peanut brittle you've ever had in your life.
It's tough.
That was tough. Took a long time getting there, yeah. Yeah, we didn't really have Federal Express back in those days, did we?
Well, it's too long for me to remember.
I heard a name, George.
We've all heard names. It doesn't
Yes.
mean it's true.
Joe Maddox.
Joe Maddox, yes.
Tell me about Joe Maddox.
Why would you want to know about Joe?
I heard something.
Joe Maddox was my executive officer in the Marine Corps, and he was from Aileen, Oklahoma. Got a Silver Star, Joe did.
Joe got the Silver Star?
Yep.
Tell me about that. Was he with you when he got it?
Well, I was in charge, and Joe was my first lieutenant. Yeah.
Remember what happened? What went down?
Yeah, he took a couple of guys and took out a pillbox, and I recommended him for the Silver Star.
Good.
Good man. Aileen, Oklahoma.
You
He was my executive officer.
you had a lot of good men in your company.
Yeah, I don't remember any bad ones.
That's great.
And when I won in the crap games, I would buy everybody an ice cream cone. 225 ice cream cones. I come in and ask them. The guy said, "You're out of your mind. Take the
great.
box."
You went on to have quite an amazing career in acting after all that ended. What were some of the shows you appeared in?
Mr. Roberts
Yeah,
with Hank Fonda.
right.
One Bright Day.
Yeah, One Bright Day.
Maxwell Anderson play.
Death in Athens.
12 Angry Men.
12 Angry Men. Yeah. It's quite a resume.
Well, I did a lot of television.
A lot of TV. Yeah.
7 Days.
7 Days in May.
That's a movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. It's 11 Bravo. And we'll be right back with George J. Burns,
Bart.
a.k.a. Bart Burns. All right. We are back. 11 Bravo, George J. Burns, Captain, U.S. Marines. Iwo Jima,
Saipan.
Saipan,
Kwajalein.
Kwajalein Islands. Quite a tour, quite a journey. On Iwo Jima, after that very heroic afternoon you had there when you got the Silver Star, for taking out that pillbox. Shortly after that, it was March 17th, and turned out that was St. Patrick's Day. You guys all took your fatigues and turned them inside out to make sure they were nice, clean, and fresh green for St. Patrick's Day, right? I would. Let's disregard the word clean there. Let's just say green. We know how clean these guys were after 26 days on Iwo Jima, right? An infantry captain, World War II, Silver Star. So, a lot of long days in the Pacific. It's the infantry. It's the grunts. And it's not easy. But when the infantryman gets a little bit of time off, go to the rear, a couple days of R&R, you know, we want to unwind a little bit, right?
Yeah,
want to have some fun.
Yeah.
And sometimes fun leads to mischief.
Disaster.
Disaster. I heard a story about a colonel named Musty, Colonel Musty.
Mustaine, yes.
Mustaine.
We called him Musty.
Called him Musty, yeah.
He was a Navy man who graduated from Annapolis.
Right. You guys needed a Jeep.
He needed it.
He,
I didn't.
who needed the Jeep?
Colonel Mustaine.
What do you want to do with it?
We were going into an operation, and he wanted to have an extra backup.
Oh, so you guys were covering your butts, right?
His butt.
Yeah. So this wasn't about going out to the bar at night. You guys wanted a Jeep to take along on the operation.
Yeah, an extra
Yeah.
Jeep. Yeah.
So what if it belonged to the Navy, right? You just needed a Jeep. You're the Marines. What happened? What'd you do?
We stole the Jeep.
You stole the Jeep. Really, right out from under their noses.
Right out from under, at night.
At night.
Yeah. In a clandestine fashion.
Oh, very good. Very good. How'd they know? How didn't they know you took it?
We painted the numbers off it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Good job.
Thorough.
Thorough. So Colonel Musty got his Jeep.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
I used it too.
Yeah, see, R&R's just not about partying, right? R&R's about getting things done, yeah.
Partying's good too.
Oh, yeah, party's good too. But you go rip a Jeep off every now and then. That's part of it, yeah, that's right. Good job.
They came looking for it.
They came looking for
Did they come looking? Did they come looking for it?
Yeah, they did. And I hid it in my tent, in my supply tent. And of course, I knew enough not to just hide it in there, because they would look there and they would find it.
Right.
And so instead, I hid 2 tires in there, and the 2 tires showed on the outside under the flap there, just enough for them to see them, so it would look like there was a Jeep in there.
Aha.
And so the 2 investigators from headquarters came around looking for it, and they asked my permission to look for where was the company commander, and they said, "Can we look into your supply tent?" And I said, "Absolutely." I said, "And good luck." And they did, and they found 2 tires.
And no Jeep.
No Jeep.
Good job. Give me 5. All right. This is 11 Bravo. We'll be right back, with or without the Jeep, I don't know. An infantry captain, World War II, Silver Star. Thanks for bringing me over to your house and sharing a lot of this with you. I got to tell you, anybody who can take a pillbox down in one day and then the next day have his whole company turn their uniforms inside out so they're bright green for St. Patrick's Day, that's my kind of guy, you know? Good job, George, and God bless the infantry, and God bless America, and thank you.
I'm in orbit because of you. I'll do everything to be what it is you love.